folks, it's Marianne from So Cute Beads, Zocute Beads, and today we're making my mini Druzy necklace. I made it in a couple of different colors so that you can see. What we used was some fine chain. Let me move this back so you can see everything. So we get some fine chain. I have two 9-inch pieces here, a piece of 0.38 coated wire, 2 jump rings, a lobster clasp, 6 rondelles, which I got from Michael's. They're called rhinestone rondelles, and those are the 6mm ones. I think there's 20 pieces on a strand, and 5 6mm Druzys, 2 spacer beads, 2 crimp beads, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to just move these out of the way. And we're going to start by taking the piece of the wire, putting a crimp bead on, and then we're going to take one of our chains and we're just going to go through the end of it like that, and we're going to fold the wire back in half and go right through that crimp bead. And I like to use my pliers because I can get it to go through better. And I just pull that down, give myself a little bit of a tail, and then I'm just going to crimp this. And the way I'm crimping it is I'm just squishing it down and making it flat. And I'm leaving a little bit of room so that the chain can move easily and not get bound up. So move it over and crimp it, squish it down, and I just give it a good squish and it sits kind of flat. It's pretty nice. Then I'm going to start adding my beads. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add a spacer bead, and then I'm going to add my rondelles and my Druzys. So you're going to start with a rondelle and you're going to end with a rondelle, and they're going to just kind of sandwich in the Druzys. You can use regular any kind of beads you want to use. You can use crystals, you can use more rondelles, you can use like an amethyst or like a regular stone bead, like a semi-precious stone bead, like an amethyst or something like that. You can use whatever you want. I'm just gonna keep loading them up until I have all 5 of my rondelles on. My Druzys on, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna end with a rondelle. And just so you know, I wanna just make sure that that little tail that was on the end there is not sticking out. Perfect. All right. So now I'm going to take my spacer bead and put that on. And I'm going to put my last crimp bead on. Oops. Try not to drop it. And now I feel like I have too much wire here, so I'm going to cut a piece off. And I'm just going to put that in my little pile of debris. And I'm going to take the other chain. And I'm going to load that on. I'm going to fold my wire in half and go through my crimp bead, rondelle, and a Druzy. And I'm going to push that down. And using my pliers, I'm going to use both pliers, I'm just going to pull this down. Just going to hold that like that and grab that end. push my crimpy down. Just gonna push this onto the other side. Okay, I'm gonna hold this down here like this, and I'm gonna just pull the wires. We're gonna be cutting this wire, so, but I need it to be a lot tighter than it is. So I'm just gonna hold it and pull it tighter. Let's see how that looks. Push everything down, make sure that that fits good. It does, it's getting pretty tight, that's good. And then I'm gonna take this one more time and I'm gonna pull it down. There we go. All right, perfect. So now I gotta get rid of this extra tail because it's only gonna cause me aggravation. So I wanna get rid of it. I'm gonna take my flesh cutters and get as close as I can to it. And, oops, flying wires. Get my little vacuum to pick up all the debris I drop on the floor. Okay. Now I'm gonna push everything down because I have to do the crimp. There we go. So now I'm gonna flatten that wire, but I'm not gonna flatten the spacer bead right next to it. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna come in here. Sounds like it's raining outside. Okay. And I'm gonna squish it down, making sure I'm not hitting that little spacer bead in there. That's it. That one's another pretty one. All right, let's do the easy work. We're gonna put on a jump ring. So to open a jump ring, you wanna just find the little slot. You see it right there, that little slot? And go on either side of it. And just one hand goes forward, one hand goes back. Let me back out so you can see a little. I'm gonna put my chain on. And I'm gonna put my lobster clasp on. And I'm gonna close it. Make sure it's touching, because if it's not touching, it could come apart. The nice thing about learning how to use these jump rings is, like, if you have pieces of jewelry that have broken and you just like don't know what to do, because you just get some jump rings, and if you have to replace the clasp or restring, you can do it. And I'm just gonna close this one. Back and forth a few times. There we go, it's great. And then I just take my lobster clasp, open it up, put it on, and I've got another pendant. So I made them in a couple of different colors. I made it in, oops, I'm twisting my wires here. I'll make this one, and I made it in gray. So I hope you like it, and please subscribe. Let me know that you like it, and I'll keep making videos. I'm gonna try and put some up as frequently as I can. Thank you. Bye-bye.